gotta keep her. See, my dad wanted me to always know that I was special and that I should be treated that way. So, in honor of my engagement and my dad, I'm going to share those steps with you. Step 1, the approach. My dad says to watch carefully how a man approaches you. You can't always tell the first conversation from a man by the first words that he says, but by how he says it. Watch.
Yo, baby.
My dad told me that he and my mama gave me a name, and it is not Yo Baby. Reset.
Say, pretty young thing.
Wrong answer. Reset.
So look, we're going out tonight or what?
Or what? Reset.
Excuse me, miss, I don't mean to bother you, but I couldn't help but notice you sitting there. Hi, my name is David. Would you mind if I sat down and finished my coffee? Of course, that's only if it's okay with you.
Good answer. My dad taught me that a gentleman speaks respectfully to a lady. And if that man doesn't show you respect from the beginning, then chances are it'll stay that way. Step 2, making the first date. Pay close attention to travel arrangements.
Hey, you said you got a car, right? Can you come pick me up? Mine's is in the shop.
Reset.
Pick you up? How about we just meet there at 7?
Reset.
Oh, I ain't got no car, but I can see if my mom can take us. Hold on. Mama!
Reset. Quick.
Hey, do you know if the bus lets us off in front of the restaurant or not?
Reset.
I'll pick you up at 6:30 sharp. I'm looking forward to it.
Good answer. My dad taught me that if a man ought enough to be brave enough to ask you out, he ought to be man enough to provide a way for you there and back. Oh, and here's a little tip. Opening the car door, it speaks volumes. Which brings me to our next step. Step 3, the little things. My dad told me to pay close attention when you're on a date because it's the little things that say hello.
No, I'm looking forward to this. I've never been here before, but don't worry, I got my mama a wick car. We about to walk. What? You want me to get that for you, son?
Reset.
Please, allow me.
Good answer. Pay close attention to the little things because they say a lot, including conversation topics.
This is nice. You know, looking at you, I think I might be looking at my future wife.
Reset. Slow down. This is our first date. You don't even know me. I could be crazy for all you know. Reset.
Come on. How much money you say that you made a year again?
Double reset.
Girl, I like the way that dress is wearing you.
Tis true. But reset.
See? How in the world did you get so fine? Girl, you might be the finest thing I ever seen in my life. Girl, you get any fine, I'm over there like...
Reset. Word of caution. If the first topic of conversation he could think of is about your looks, then Houston, we have a serious problem. Yes, we like compliments, but sincere ones. There is more to us than just the way we look. And if he can't see that, then he cannot see us. And my daddy taught me that. Reset.
By the way, you look beautiful tonight. Brains, beauty, and Lord, just smile. You are definitely a triple threat. So, what school did you say you went to again?
Okay, so I know it was a little corny, but I must admit, most of the time we like corny. My dad taught me to love the person that I was, inside as well as out. And any man that loved all of this would appreciate this as well. Which leads me to our next step, the most interesting one. Step 4, the check.
You know, I think I left my wallet home. You got this, right?
Reset.
We did say Dutch, didn't we?
Oh, reset.
Hey, you got the tip, right?
Absolutely not. Reset.
Waiter, we're ready.
Good answer. From the time that I was a little girl, my dad taught me that I was worth being treated well. And any man who knew my worth would appreciate that. But I think the most important part of the whole situation is step number 5, the character. When it's all said and done, my dad taught me that no matter what a man may say to you, it's not what he says, but it's his actions that will truly represent who he actually is. My dad taught me to love myself no matter what, and that any man who loved me would love me enough to respect me and not talk down to me, would think of me enough to appreciate the things that were important to me, and would treat me how my dad treated me ever since I was a little girl. And that's special. Thanks, Dad. I just can't wait to tell them.
Steps to know you gotta keep her. I sure wish my father had included me in it, but I had to figure it out by myself. And of course, I got it wrong. But I didn't know what to look for. When I first met Keith, he said, "Hey, beautiful, I think we should go out." Beautiful? He called me beautiful. He thought I was beautiful. No one else did. I was so flattered because no man had ever said that to me before. I was so happy someone was even paying attention to me that it never dawned on me. He never asked me my name or anything else about me before asking me out. So, when he asked if I could pick him up from his house on our first date, I said, "No problem." I mean, you know, his car was in the shop. You know, you can't fault a guy for having his car fixed, right? Besides, it didn't matter. He thought I was beautiful. So when we pulled up at the restaurant and he asked me if I could drop him off in front while I go park the car so he wouldn't have so far to walk. Wow. I thought, no problem. I mean, you know, the parking lot was way across the street, and, you know, maybe the brother had issues with his knees or something. You can't fault my brother for having any problems, right? Right? But anyway, it didn't matter. He thought I was beautiful. You know. So he didn't pull out my chair before me, when I sat down. So, this is the 21st century. Guys don't do stuff like that anymore, right? What's the big deal? And, even though it turned out to be more like a crowded club than a restaurant, and it was kind of hard to hear him over the music as we ate, it was okay. The food was still good, So, of course, I didn't mind when he asked me if I could pay for my portion. I mean, I did have dinner and dessert. And he said he was on a budget, and he'd get it next time. Look, times are hard, and I can understand that. Anyway, it didn't matter, because all night, all he kept saying was how fine I was, knowing how good I was in my dress, and how I was totally wife material, and how he couldn't wait to see me. See me. He didn't see me. But not the true me. Not then. Not now. But I didn't know. I thought the way he acted was just the way guys are. I thought that wanting him to pick me up and pull out my chair and pay for our first meal was just some fairy tale I had in my head. The real life couldn't be like that. I didn't know that him doing those things would have been a sign of his respect for me. I didn't know to look for a sign. I thought him saying that I was beautiful must mean he thought I was special. Even if he never showed me that I was. But I didn't know. I didn't know that I was supposed to be treated better than that. And you know what? After all that, after everything I gave, he never calls me beautiful anymore. Why didn't you tell me, Daddy? Where were you? Why weren't you there?